All right, friends, now we are ready to draw our trees on the other side. Now, if you want to draw more buildings, you can take what we've learned and you could just do the same thing to the other side and add more buildings. But I need a break from buildings, and I know I want to draw a nice little park across from these little houses here to create my trees. Now, again, you don't have to create houses on your buildings. If you want to make little stores, if you want to make them shops, different businesses, that's fine too. I just ended up making them houses. So, guess what, guys? This is so much easier, okay? Yes, we're going to use this line for measuring, and yes, those trees are going to get smaller as they get closer to that, that point right there, but we don't have to worry about measuring all those lines perfectly, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make our tree trunk. So I'm going to make my biggest tree trunk here. Now, we do not want our trees to grow out of the sidewalk, okay? So leave a little bit of space here. If you want to add some grass so it looks like there's some texture here below it, you can. And I'm going to create my tree trunk, and I'm just going to make some branches that kind of go up and out. Okay, that kind of lead to nowhere. Okay, I'm going to erase this line out because remember, your tree is going to be in front of your horizon line. Okay, then I'm going to make the little leaves that kind of go around it. Now, I'm not going to make mine super realistic. I'm going to make mine a little bit more cartoony trees. If you want to do different types of trees, I had some friends wanting to do palm trees or different things like that. I do want to do this little scalloped line here to hide the branches so the branches look like they're going up and into the tree. Okay? If you want to do your trees differently, if you want to draw them more realistic, you definitely can. Okay, tree number 1, done. The next tree I'm going to draw is going to leave a little bit of space in between, and this time this tree trunk is going to get a little bit smaller. Now, if you're somebody and you want to draw all your tree trunks first and then go in and draw your branches, you can. I like to do my whole tree first just to see how much space my branches end up taking up. So now this tree is going to be behind the other tree. So this one looks like it's overlapping, okay? So this tree trunk's a little bit smaller, doesn't go up quite so high. And again, I'm not exactly stopping at this line, but I'm using it so I know how much smaller I should get as I go. And I'm gonna hide those branches a little bit. I'm gonna make some grass to hide the bottom tree trunk. I'm gonna erase out this line. And I'm making my little broccoli trees, adding my leaves that go around it. Again, this tree looks like it's peeking out from behind my other tree. Now I'm going to make my third tree. Again, as I go, that tree trunk gets smaller. Your tree should go above the horizon line. Okay, then I am going to make my tree branches. Again, this one is going to be peeking from behind the other tree. I'm going to draw some grass around the tree trunk. Make my leaves kind of poof out, little broccolis. Okay. I am going to do 2 more trees on here. I'm not going to get any smaller than that. So again, my tree trunk is getting smaller. I'm going to do my little tree branches. Erase this line out. Draw my grass to hide the tree trunk. Make those little lines to hide my branches inside the leaves. And again, I'm making my leaves. And see, even though they go up and above this line, I'm still using this line to measure my tree branches. I'm going to draw one more tree. My tiniest tree. You definitely can draw more. It's just going to keep getting smaller as it gets to that little center point. Okay. I'm going to hide my tree branches. erase out this line, make some grass to hide my tree trunk, and of course add my leaves to my tree. Now you definitely can fit one more tree if you want. If you're like, you know what, I think I'm good, you definitely can add some more details, maybe grass, you can add a little pond back here. Whatever you want to add, you definitely can ask me and I can help you kind of do it in perspective. Now, if you want to draw the bench as well, that is going to need to be measured using 1-point perspective, just like we did the windows, except this time we're going to be doing it to the left and we're going to be creating that bench, okay? But I can definitely show you how to add that bench as well. I like to add a little sunset, I like to add some clouds, but you don't want to forget to erase this line. Okay. Erase that line out because we don't need that line anymore. This way, drawing these lines lightly is good because it makes it a little easier to erase. Okay, I'm going to draw my sunset kind of peeking out in the middle here. Draw those little kind of rays coming off of your sun. And of course, some clouds in your sky. But again, friends, it is up to you what kind of details you would like to add to your town. This is totally up to you. And again, just like drawings that we're adding, my clouds are going to get smaller. As I go back, I'll have some clouds kind of peeking out from my trees here, or from the top of my paper. Okay, but it's up to you what other kind of details you would like to add. Once you are done drawing your town, you're going to trace all your lines with a black marker. If you don't have a thin black marker, you can always use a pen or something like that. You just don't want to get too thick with your marker because you don't want to lose some of these details. But great job, friends. I hope you had fun.